It started like any other podcast, a chill conversation between friends, a few jokes, and some casual life talk. But within a few hours, one small comment from Jaiden Animations had exploded into a full-on internet debate about religion, respect, and how much creators should really say online. The moment happened during a guest appearance on Jay Schlatt's podcast, one of those relaxed, unfiltered chats where YouTubers let their guard down. The tone was light, they were bouncing between humor, philosophy, and random topics, until Jaiden made an offhand remark about Christianity.
He got crucified.
You're bringing up the crucifixion of Jesus Christ in a debate about...
You think God is this, oh, no one can kill God.
What happened to him? What happened to him 3 days later?
He ran away like a little...
He came back to life.
It wasn't meant to be harsh or hateful. It came out like a joke, quick, casual, and gone in seconds. But the internet doesn't forget seconds. Within hours, that tiny snippet, clipped and re-uploaded on TikTok and Twitter, was going viral. The clip showed Jaiden laughing while saying something that some viewers thought mocked Christians or made light of religious beliefs. The tone was sarcastic, the moment ambiguous, and that's all it took. Comment sections turned into battlegrounds. Some fans were defending her, saying the quote was clearly out of context, just a bit of humor in a laid-back conversation. Others weren't so forgiving. It's not funny to mock someone's faith, one person wrote. Imagine if the joke was about any other religion, another replied. Before long, Jaiden Animations' Christianity was trending on Twitter. YouTubers and reaction channels started weighing in, some calling it overblown, others using it as an example of creators crossing lines for laughs. The strange thing, most people hadn't even watched the full episode. They were reacting to a 12-second clip, and that's where the story takes a twist. Because as the video spread, people started realizing something. The original conversation was far more nuanced. In the full version, Jaiden wasn't attacking religion, she was reflecting on how certain experiences shaped her personal worldview. It wasn't meant as a gotcha moment or an insult, but in the fast-moving world of social media, nuance is the first casualty. What made this controversy sting wasn't just the backlash, it was how quickly it turned into a morality war. For years, Jaiden had built a reputation as thoughtful, kind, and incredibly careful with her words. She rarely got involved in drama, so when her name suddenly got dragged into one, fans were stunned. Jaiden never made a big public apology or statement about it. She didn't double down. She didn't fight back. Instead, she went quiet, posting her next video like nothing happened. And that silence did something interesting. It calmed everything down. The drama burned fast, but it burned out just as quickly. Still, the episode left a mark. It reminded fans that even the most wholesome creators aren't immune to controversy. One offhand remark, one laugh, 1 second can be twisted into something it never was. In the end, the Christianity clip,
"The people killed Jesus," Schlatt,
wasn't a career-ending scandal, but it was a warning. For Jaiden, it showed just how fragile online perception can be. For everyone else, it was a lesson that the internet will always look for a moment to magnify, even when the full story is still waiting quietly in the background. But that wasn't the only time Jaiden found herself at the center of drama she didn't create. It started with a few angry tweets, then a few more. Before long, it wasn't just criticism, it was chaos. What began as a small disagreement between fans and another creator suddenly spiraled into something darker. Accusations, harassment, and even doxing, all tied, fairly or not, to one of YouTube's most beloved animators, Jaiden Animations. The controversy erupted online in mid-2024. A smaller content creator, rumored to be someone from the commentary or reaction side of YouTube, made a post criticizing Jaiden's community. The post wasn't cruel, just opinionated. They called her Fanbase overprotective and said her audience treats her like she can do no wrong. Pretty normal internet talk, right? But within hours, things escalated. Screenshots started surfacing of Jaiden's supposed fans flooding that creator's mentions with hate messages. Some were mocking, some were harsh, and a few crossed a serious line. There were claims that personal information was being spread, that people were threatening or doxing the critic.
People think I have this unhealthy parasocial relationship with Jaiden Animations to the point that, apparently, The police were called that I am a stalker. Yeah, because I reacted to her videos. This is how crazy it's gotten. I've been getting death threats. I've been getting, like, these weird messages and emails talking about how they want to dox me to protect Jaiden Animations.
Whether these individuals were truly fans or bad actors pretending to be, the damage was already done. Soon, Jaiden Animations fanbase was trending on Twitter and Reddit. Threads popped up asking, why is Jaiden's community so toxic? Others defended her, saying she couldn't control the actions of thousands of anonymous followers. The situation became a tug of war between two narratives, one painting Jaiden as complicit through silence, and the other arguing she was unfairly blamed for her fans' behavior. This wasn't just about Jaiden anymore, it was about parasocial relationships. Fans loving a creator so much they feel obligated to defend them, even when that defense turns into harassment. It's the dark side of fandom, the part no creator ever wants to see. Commentary channels jumped in fast. Videos with titles like Jaiden Animations fanbase has gone too far started appearing across YouTube. TikTok edits and tweets turned the drama into memes. And even though Jaiden herself stayed completely silent, her name was everywhere, trending, tagged, and tangled in a storm she never started. What made the whole situation even more confusing was the lack of clear evidence. Some posts supposedly from fans turned out to be fakes or from troll accounts. But by that point, it didn't matter. The idea that Jaiden's fan base had become aggressive was already locked into the internet's collective memory. And Jaiden's response? None. She didn't address the situation directly, didn't tweet an apology, didn't make a statement. She simply kept uploading, business as usual. And over time, that silence worked. The noise faded. The threads slowed down. People moved on, but not without a lesson. The entire controversy became a reminder that the internet blurs lines between creator and community. A single fan's mistake can stain a creator's reputation, even if they had nothing to do with it. In the end, the fanbase toxicity incident wasn't about Jaiden being cruel. It was about what happens when admiration turns into obsession. Her name may have been at the center, but the story was really about everyone watching. It asked a hard question most creators fear. How responsible are you for the people who love you the most? But beyond the controversies created by others, there was one moment where Jaiden chose to speak for herself.
I've come to realize that I'm aro-ace, which stands for aromantic asexual.
And it became the most personal video of her entire career. When Jaiden Animations uploaded her video, Being Not Straight, in early 2022, nobody expected it to become one of the most personal and controversial moments of her entire career. What looked like a heartfelt confession soon turned into a heated online debate about identity, representation, and authenticity. The video started simply. In her familiar storytelling animation style, Jaiden opened up about how she had never really felt the kind of romantic or sexual attraction that most people talk about.
I remember when I was in 5th grade, kids were talking about their crushes left and right, and it was starting to feel like something I had to experience too, just because I thought that's just what happens.
She explained her confusion growing up, wondering why she didn't get crushes the same way her friends did, and how it made her feel like something was wrong with her. Then, near the end, she revealed it. She identifies as aromantic and asexual. It was honest, vulnerable, and for millions of fans who had grown up watching her videos, it was a powerful moment of connection. The comment section flooded with support. Fans called it brave, inspiring, and validating. LGBTQ+ creators praised her for helping normalize an orientation that's often misunderstood. But as the video spread across YouTube, Twitter, and TikTok, not everyone reacted with kindness. A small but loud corner of the internet began twisting her message. Some accused her of label chasing, claiming she was using her identity for attention or views. Others took issue with her tone, saying she was too detached or that her delivery made asexuality sound like emotional coldness rather than a valid identity. Even within parts of the LGBTQ plus community, there were disagreements. Some praised Jaiden for putting asexuality on the map for younger audiences, while others felt her portrayal was too simplistic. Twitter threads and Reddit posts dissected every line of her video, turning what was meant to be a personal reflection into a cultural battleground. For days, Jaiden's name was trending. Her thumbnail, smiling next to the words, "being not straight," became the centerpiece of endless think pieces and video essays. Reaction channels debated whether creators should share their identities at all, while others reminded people she'd done nothing wrong. She was just telling her story. But through it all, Jaiden said nothing more, didn't defend herself, she didn't apologize, and she didn't lash out. Instead, she quietly kept creating. Her next video dropped weeks later, business as usual, and that silence seemed to say everything. She wasn't trying to spark a movement or win approval, she was just being real. As time passed, the negativity faded. The video went on to become one of her most watched uploads, cited in LGBTQ plus circles as a key moment of asexual visibility on YouTube. It showed that even when backlash hits, honesty can outlast noise. In the end, Jaiden's coming out video wasn't just a story about identity, it was a story about courage, about how sharing who you are in front of millions of people means risking misunderstanding, but doing it anyway, because sometimes the quietest confessions spark the loudest conversations. So what do these three controversies tell us about Jaiden Animations? That even the most careful, thoughtful creators can't escape the internet's ability to twist moments, magnify misunderstandings, and demand answers for things they never did. Jaiden never asked to be at the center of drama. She didn't weaponize her platform or chase clout through conflict. But whether it was a podcast clip taken out of context, fans acting in her name, or simply sharing her identity, she learned what every creator eventually does, that being visible means being vulnerable. And yet, through it all, she stayed true to herself. She didn't cave to pressure, didn't apologize for who she was, and didn't let the noise define her. Instead, she let her work speak for itself, and her silence became its own kind of power. In a world where creators are expected to respond to everything, explain everything, and defend everything, Jaiden showed that sometimes the best response is simply to keep going. And that's it for today's video. What do you think about Jaiden's journey? Was the backlash fair? Or was she unfairly judged for things outside her control? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I love hearing different takes. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with someone who'd find it interesting too. It really helps the channel grow, and it keeps me motivated to bring you even more wild stories like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.